Hey guys, welcome to Learning 8. In this video, we are going to discuss a Java program to check the string is a palindrome or not with the help of the reverse of a string logic. It means if the input is Java, if we read this Java from reverse order, that is AVAJ, which is not same as a original string, that's why it's not a palindrome. And if the second example, rotator, if you read from left to right or right to left, the word is same as rotator only, therefore it's a palindrome. So now let us understand how do we write the logic for this. To understand this, let me go for a clear approach of this one by using the corresponding string methods. So to write this program, first here we have to consider the given input string called rotator. Then internally, string is a character array. String is a character array. These elements or these characters will be stored based on the index position starting from 0, 1, 2 and so on. The last index number is 6. Yeah. So then followed by this is the last index number. When it comes to arrays, we can get the last index number in Java by using length property, array name dot length property. Similarly, on strings, we have to use a length method. Length is a method which can apply on any string object to get the number of characters which are present in the given string. Then the last index number is nothing but it is -1 than the number of characters. That's why to represent a last index number, we have to go for length -1, length method -1. So because of this single point of length is a variable on arrays and length is a method on strings, most of the people will be eliminated from the interviews. So remember this correctly. Then followed by, so to get it reverse, what we have to do, pick the last character and add it. To whom we have to add? To one empty string which you have to add. So if it is empty string, then the same thing when we are adding or, the result will become or. Then to this previous result, we have to add or concat the next character that is present at the fifth index position called O. Then this result will become RO. So again to this RO, we have to add the next character called T. So in the result will become ROT. The same iteration has to continue till our cursor reaches to first index position, that is first character called R. 0th index position, the character R. So here to this previous ROTATO, then we have to add R at the last, and this will be our final result in our reverse of the string. Then once this is done, we have to compare this reverse with our original string. If the both are same, we can say that it's a palindrome. If both are not same, it's not a palindrome. Till here, you can stop the reverse of a string logic. With one extra condition, we can get it's a palindrome or not. Hope it is clear. What is this empty string and all? So we'll discuss. Then the same thing, we are going to write a Java program. So first, we'll be taking a string input type with some variable s equals to whatever is the given value. The value doesn't matter for logic. Then we need one empty string. So again, I am taking one more string with the name as rev, reverse, equals to one empty string means starting of double quotes, no space, ending of double quotes, semicolon. This is called as an empty string. So to add each character from last, we need one empty string. That's the reason here I'm declaring one empty string here. Then followed by, we need a loop to run. That's for loop, since we know both index numbers starting and ending. And the loop has to start from last or first? Last. Then length method can be applied on string object. So our object variable is s. So int I equals to s dot length method. Again, I'm iterating. Length is a method on strings, even though internally character array, as a programmer externally we can't access, same as like arrays. That's why a string method called as length method. Then here I should be greater than or equal to 0 because we are starting from last index number to starting index number. Then each time I has to be incremented or decremented, decremented. So that's it. So inside this for loop, what we are going to write here is one more method. So to get each character from a string, we have a method called as char at method. So on string, I am implementing a method called char at camel casing standards, where C is small, A is capital, and the corresponding index number which is there in our variable called I. Then what we have to do? This character we have to add to empty string. So, but what's the variable for empty string? Rev. So here we are doing last character and we are adding to empty string, and result has to be stored back to rev only, because so here rev, then here also it should be rev for code repetition. Then this means the result has to be stored back to rev. That's it. This loop will get the final string as a reverse of the existing. So till here you can stop and you can print the same variable rev to get a reverse of a string program. So this will give the result as a reverse of string. It's that simple. But what is our requirement? It's not only just reverse, it's a palindrome or not. So for this, let me comment this one. And what's the condition to be checked? If condition, and here in rev variable, the reverse of a string is there, and in yes variable, the original string is there. Correct? So we have to check a condition to compare two strings. There is a method called equals. We should not use double equal to symbol. It's not always gives the correct input. Sorry, correct expected output. That's why here I'm using, you can change any order, s dot equals of rev or rev dot equals of s. So here I'm using s dot on string. I'm using a method called equals, not equal, equals. And the other string object is rev. So if this yes value equals to rev, what's our expected output? So print, it's a palindrome. Then if it is not, if rev is not same as s, then the else part, so we have to print it's not palindrome. Yeah. So that is the logic of palindrome number or not a palindrome number. I hope you understood. Let us go to the Eclipse to execute the same program. So again, two important points to remember from this. One is char method to get the characters of every string, and one is length method to get the total number of characters present in the string. With this understanding, we'll execute this program in Eclipse. I'm back to Eclipse, and here is a class name called palindrome string, and with main method. And here first I am taking the string input. The value is a rotator, and then followed by, so as we discussed, we need one empty string. So one more string object, the variable name is rev, and this time it's just simply double quotes. That's it. So this is empty string. Then we need a for loop. So for the loop has to start from last index number, that is existing string object variable s dot, a method name called length, you can see here, whose return type is integer present in a string class. Length, then to get last index, it should be length -1, then followed by I should be greater than or equal to 0 because we are starting from the last index number. Then because of this, it has to be decremented, so I minus minus. So inside this for loop, only one line of code. So what is that? So sorry, here it's supposed to be int some I equals to. Then inside this for loop, only one line of code, that is on existing string object. You can implement a method called caret to get each and every character. Then this char at value should be added to whom? Added to a variable called rev. That's our empty string. And again, this enter result has to be stored back to rev itself. For better understanding, I'm writing from right to left. I hope it is clear. Then to check only the reverse of a string, or to get the output as only reverse of a string, we can print this rev variable, and let me save and execute here. So this is giving the same output. So for example, let me change to Java, save again and execute. So this is giving the reverse order of the string, but that's not our end result which we are expecting. We want to check it's a palindrome or not. So for that, we have to add one condition. What's the condition? You can use s dot equals is one more method to compare two strings. Rev is the another string to be compared. Then for this, a print statement s plus within double quotes is palindrome. I'm using a meaningful message. Then in the, if it is not same as a else part, use a print statement, and you can say that yes is not palindrome. Yeah. Let me save. What's the input here? Java. Is it a palindrome? No. Let us execute and cross verify. So Java is not palindrome. Let me change the input from Java to some palindrome called rotator. Save it, execute it, and you can see that rotator is palindrome. So this is the generic logic to print reverse of a string till line number 13, and to check it's a palindrome or not with the completion of the program. I hope it is clear, and for more videos you can use the comment section to post your questions. Thank you, and see you in the next video.